Hey there, and welcome. Today we're jumping into something that's, well, a pretty huge life skill, economic well-being. We're going to break down what you need to know to build a future where you're really in the driver's seat. All right, let's get right into it. It's the big one, isn't it? Your future. How do you actually grab the steering wheel and take control? Well, a massive part of that comes down to understanding your own economic well-being, and that's exactly what we're here to unpack. So, where do we even begin? Well, the first big piece of the puzzle is all about your career path. And listen, this is way more than just getting a job. It's about really thinking about and building your life's work. Nobody makes these big career decisions in a bubble. For sure, what you're interested in is a huge part of it, but life happens, right? Your own situation might change. The whole world of work is always evolving. And then you've got all those outside influences, what your family thinks, what your friends are doing. It's a lot to juggle. And speaking of those outside influences, we have to talk about stereotypes because honestly, they can box you in. A stereotype just limits your options based on what other people assume. But your real potential, that's all about your skills, your passions. So here's the key takeaway. You've got to spot those stereotypes and push back against them. That's how you clear the way to actually hit your own goals. And here's something really important to remember. Your career path probably isn't going to be a straight line. The whole idea of one job for life, that's pretty much gone. It is totally normal to have a bunch of different jobs or even to switch careers completely. It might be your choice or it might be because life changes. Seriously, some studies show people change careers like 5 to 7 times. So it's not just okay, it's pretty much expected. Okay, so you're starting down that career path, you're earning some money, so what's next? Well, you've got to know how to manage it, right? And that brings us perfectly to our next section, making smart money moves. The word budget can sound kind of intimidating, but it's really not. It's just a simple 4-step plan. First, you plan. Super simple. What do you need your money for? Second, you decide. That means making smart choices about where your money goes. Then, and this is key, you track everything. Just keep a record so you can see where it's all going. And if you do that, you can actually stick to your plan and, save some money. It's all about giving you control. So you're tracking your spending, you're making choices. Now, every single time you're about to buy something, there's this one really important question you got to ask yourself. Is this actually good value for money? And good value doesn't just mean cheap. Oh no, it's way more than that. It's about balancing a few different things. Of course, you look at the price tag, but you also have to think, okay, how long is this thing going to last? And does it really do what I need it to do? When you put all of that together, you can answer the big question. Is it truly worth the money? All right, so to really get a grip on all this stuff, it helps to know the lingo. So let's do a quick fire round on some key words you're going to hear a lot when we talk about economic well-being. First up, career. And like we said before, this is not just one job. It's really the whole journey, all the work you choose to do over your lifetime. Next, we've got influence. This is basically anything or anyone that can affect your decisions. Remember when we talked about things that shape your career? That's influence in action right there. A bank account. Pretty straightforward, right? It's just the setup you have with a bank to put your money in and take it back out. A super important tool. Security. Okay, this one is huge. It's all the steps you take to keep your stuff safe. We're talking your money in the bank, your passwords, your personal info online, all of it. Value for money. We just talked about this one, but here's the simple definition again. It's when something is actually worth the price you pay for it. And let's wrap up our vocabulary with maybe the most important term of all, career satisfaction. I mean, this is the end goal, isn't it? That amazing feeling of being happy and fulfilled by the work you do. So there you have it. We've talked about figuring out your career, making smart moves with your money, and even learned some of the lingo. And that brings us to the final, and I think most important question. It's one for you to really think about after this. What's the very first step you're going to take to build your own economic well-being? Thanks so much for tuning in.